I am going to get started. I'm doing Monday morning's question from the federal classroom. I have a couple of emails that I've received that people have questions about their federal benefits. So the first one that I want to read, good morning, Nicole. Good morning. First one I want to read says, we're planning to retire in the next 5 years. My husband just got his first federal job and won't be anywhere near the minimum retirement age when he resigns after our house is paid off. Is there a way to turn off the FERS deduction? We're for sure getting the matching rate for TSP, but I can't see any way he'd be able to retire with FERS. 20 years Army retired, 48 years old, working for only about 5 years with the federal government. So the answer is there's no way to shut off the FERS deductions. If you come to work in the federal government, it's a non-temporary position, then you're automatically contributing to retirement, and there's nothing that you can do about that. Great that he is contributing to TSP and getting the matching contribution. As far as the FERS contributions go, and let me back up just 1 minute too and say, depending on when people were hired into the federal government, they're paying different amounts into that FERS trust fund, into that FERS trust fund. People that were hired before 2013 pay 0.8. People hired in that year pay 3.1. People hired after that year, like this brand new employee, paying 4.4. With law enforcement, firefighting, air traffic control, always paying an extra 0.5 above those amounts. So paying in 4.4% of his biweekly paycheck right now. Couple of options. You can't shut that off. But if he works for 5 years as a federal civilian, then he will be entitled to draw an annuity at some point in the future. Now, if he works just 5 years, which is what this employee's plan is, he'll have to wait until he's 62 to begin collecting. But at that point, he would get a retirement, which would be 5% of the high 3 that he earned while he was working. So one option, wait until 62 to collect a check for the rest of his life. Second option, if he doesn't want to wait, then when he leaves the federal government, when he resigns, he can, at that point, contact the Office of Personnel Management and receive a lump sum with interest for the money that he has paid in. So those are going to be his two choices. My personal recommendation would be, if somebody works for the required 5 years and they don't need that money, let it sit. Just let it sit there, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. And while this employee's intent is to just resign and not continue to work for the federal government, with that 5 years sitting out there, he's going to get a pension at 62, and if he changes his mind 5 years from now, 10 years from now, he comes back to the federal government, he would at least be starting with that 5 years already locked in. So that's how that works. I had a second email question that I wanted to cover as well. Let me just pull it up here. So this one is asking about filling out the designated beneficiary forms for life insurance. I've talked about designated beneficiaries several times. It's important, 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 important. Please make sure that you check all of your financial accounts and that you have completed designated beneficiaries identifying who you want that money to go to. But this one is specifically for, again, the money that's going into that retirement account, that FERS account. Debbie, I have a basic question. I'm filling in the forms for my beneficiary for the FERS account. There is only 4 boxes for beneficiaries. What if I want to leave more than 4 people? And the answer is, if you, and this is going to be true for any of those designated beneficiaries, if you want to leave more than there is space for on the form, then you just attach a blank sheet to that form. Make sure that you are putting your identifying information at the top of that blank sheet. So you need to put your name, your date of birth, your social security number, and then it just would be a continuation of that designated beneficiary form. So those are the two that I wanted to cover today. We are still unpacking boxes. We're going to be unpacking boxes for a little while, but I got my kitchen done. And I got my office done, so that's awesome. I don't have internet yet. They were going to be coming tomorrow, but it looks like somebody canceled today. Sad for them, awesome for me. So I might be able to actually get my internet hooked up this afternoon. That's awesome. So what is going on? How are you, Nicole? Great. I love to hear that. I'm so glad. I like Monday too. We've talked about that before, right? So many people go like, "Oh, it's Monday." No, it's Monday. It's Monday. I got a whole week ahead of me. I'm on top of things right now. By Friday, we see how that goes. But today, super good day. I'm actually going to be teaching this week, so I'm pretty excited about that as well. I've got full days of classes tomorrow. It is a retirement class, teaching from 8 to 4. And then on Wednesday, I'm teaching a mid-career and a financial literacy class. I'm so glad for you. School is going well. I know, this new environment, right? And I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled about Woody. Okay, everybody, I'm going to hop off here. Again, super short today, right? Just at 10 minutes. I didn't even do my 20, but I said all I need to say, so we don't have to hang out. I'm glad my classes are picking up again as well, Nicole. It's been a challenge, and that's what I've been telling everybody. You know, you don't just decide one day that you're going to show up in the virtual environment and boom, you're ready to go. Everything has to be redone, and in the live classroom, I use very few slides. Sometimes I don't use them at all. They're just an outline. But of course, virtual, I've got to have everything on a slide so that people can print it out and have it in front of them for the training. Each platform requires a license. I don't think people know that. And there's no way to control the flow of information, which is good, but also bad. Like within a couple of hours of doing a class just a few weeks ago, my stuff had been disseminated, like sent out to hundreds of other people. I don't mind sharing the information. It's great, but that's paid training. So it's really hard to try to control that stuff. And I don't know what the answer is, but classes are definitely picking up. I was talking to one of the training people this morning, and she said they actually have a lot of training money that they have to try to spend by the end of the fiscal year because their training hasn't been happening. And you know how it goes with federal accounting, like that money has to be spent for very specific things. So I suspect things are going to get really busy really quickly here. Really quickly. Yeah, it really is. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I mean, nothing at this point is the answer. Just rolling with it, trying to figure it out like everybody else. Okay, I'm going to hop off here then, get back inside, and I hope no plans for September or October, absolutely. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thanks for being here, Nicole. If you're watching on the replay, thank you for stopping by as well. As always, please, 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 you have questions about any retirement topics, financial topics, insurance topics, let me know so that I don't have to try to just come up with things to talk about on my own. Take care, and I will see you on Wednesday.